It's the Oscar season, which can only mean one thing. We need to make some predictions, so let's just get right into it. First up, we have makeup and hairstyling, and it's quite obvious it's going to go to Maestro. Sure, the movie is mediocre at best, but the makeup and hairstyling is something which I simply cannot fault. Like, Bradley Cooper is Leonard Bernstein, it's that good. So yeah, mediocre film but fantastic makeup. It is going to go to that film. Next up, we have production design. Now in this one, I do feel a little conflicted because on one hand, Poor Things does have excellent production design, but I do feel that it's going to go to Barbie because the Barbie land sequences are just so well made that I can't help but be in awe every single time it came into frame. So yeah, Barbie, a good movie with an excellent production design. Next up, we have sound. In sound, it's a very obvious winner, Zone of Interest, because Zone of Interest has such a horrifying use of sound. Like, the horrors shown are not with our eyes but with our ears. That's how good the sound design is, and it would be a shame if any other film got the win. So yeah, Zone of Interest for sound, that's my bet on it. Film editing. Now, in film editing, I do feel like I'll be going in a contrary route because many are saying that Oppenheimer is going to get the win, but I feel that it should go to Killers of the Flower Moon. Because the way the movie is paced, I never felt that this movie was 3.5 hours long. It is that well edited. So yeah, Killers of the Flower Moon, a Martin Scorsese epic that deserves this editing win. Thelma Schumacher for life. Next up, we have documentary short film. In this one, I think that it should go to The Last Repair Shop because first of all, it's about classical music, a category which I deeply care and love about, and also it's just a sweet and charming little story that anybody can enjoy. So yeah, give the documentary shot to The Last Repair Shop. Next up, we have the live action short film, and it is going to go to The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. Like, it just makes me wonder why Wes Anderson has never won an Oscar. He so clearly deserves it. So yeah, I truly hope that Henry Sugar wins this nom and gets Wes Anderson his first ever Oscar. Yeah, I messed it up a little bit, didn't I? Anyway, let's just continue with the next category. Next up, we have animated short film. To be very honest, I've only seen one of these films. That was War is Over, inspired by the music of John and Yoko. I hated it. So yeah, I don't have any norms, but if I had to just guess on a whiff, it would be probably Our Uniform. I guess that will win. I don't know. It's up to you. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Next up, we have costume design. Now in costume design, there's quite a bit of competition. We have Barbie, we have Poor Things, we have Napoleon, but I think it should go to Poor Things. Feel like Poor Things should win this category because the costumes are so well realized. They are so thought out that every time Emma Stone's new face came in, I was just like, yeah, that's a one hell of a costume. But to be very honest, I think the Academy will give the edge to Barbie. It's a toss-up between them. Either Barbie or Poor Things. Anyone wins, I'll be the most happy. We have cinematography, and there's no competition whatsoever. It will go to Oppenheimer because just the way the movie is realized, it is just fantastic to look at. It is gorgeous, it is picturesque, like Hoytman Hoytama can never disappoint. So yeah, Oppenheimer for the win. Next up, we have documentary feature film. And again, I don't think there will be any competition. It will go to 20 Days in Mariupol because it is a tragic story that is so well realized and so visceral in the way the Ukraine war is shown that if anybody gets the win, I think it will be most tragic, disappointing. So yeah, give 20 Days in Mariupol the respect that it truly deserves. Next up, we have original song. 2 nominations from Barbie, which was quite surprising, but I think it's going to go to What Was I Made For from Barbie by Billie Eilish. It's a great song, but come on. We all know I Am Just Ken deserves the prize. So yeah, give the Oscar to I Am Just Ken. I'm hoping. Make it a dream come true. We have original score. It's Oppenheimer. Like, it's iconic. Can you hear the music? Have you heard the music? Of course you have. Like, Ludwig Göransson's score would probably the most streamed on Spotify. It is a fact, just for a very simple reason. It anchors the film in such a way that you feel like, damn, that score was truly something. So yeah, there's no competition again. I feel like this year is going to be Oppenheimer's sweep. Let's move on. Next up, we have visual effects. In visual effects, I feel like again, there's a very close competition. The Creator, again, a very mediocre film, but visual effects that were simply outstanding. On the other hand, we have Godzilla -1. For the budget that it was made, the visual effects can be simply described as astonishing. The way Godzilla was realized, it was just awesome to look at. So yeah, I think Creator will win, but I'm hoping for the underdog and do wish that Godzilla -1 grabs this prize. We have original screenplay. It's The Holdovers. It is a sweet, charming story with some surprisingly great and emotional dialogue. And if anyone else gets the win, I'll be angry, to say the least. So yeah, holdovers for original screenplay. Next up, we have adapted screenplay. Again, as I said earlier, it's an Oppenheimer sweep, so obviously it will go to Oppenheimer because just the way the story of Prometheus was translated and American Gods was translated into this feature-length film, I was just in awe, like how could you transcribe such text into such beautiful imagery? It is simply outstanding. So yeah, Oppenheimer for best adapted screenplay. Next up, we have animated film. In that, again, I feel like Boy and the Heron very much deserves its nomination as well as the Oscar prize for the very simple reason that it is a beautiful film with such deep messaging that truly shows why Studio Ghibli is Hayao Miyazaki, and both are intertwined in such a way that you can't help but appreciate this culture of anime, I guess. So yeah, but again, there's a bit of competition from Spider-Man, but already they have won for the first part. Why would you give it to the second part? Give Boy and the Heron the Oscar that it truly deserves. I'll be again most happy. We have international feature film. Zone of Interest for the win, very obvious, because it is a tragic story conveyed in such a way that you can't help but be in disgust throughout the entire runtime of the film. It is that horrifying to look at. So yeah, it's a tragic story, but a story that needs to be told to every audience possible. Zone of Interest for the international category. Next up, we have Best Director. Do I need to say anything? It's Christopher Nolan. He directed the hell out of this film and it truly shows in the final product. I have nothing to say. We all have seen Oppenheimer. What more could I possibly add that I haven't said in my top films of 2023 video? I'll put it in the link down below. Go check that video out as well. But yeah, Oppenheimer for Best Director. For Best Supporting Actress, it's Dwayne Joy Randolph from The Holdovers because she gives out such a earnest performance, honest performance and deeply emotional performance that I was invested in her character throughout the entire runtime of the film. If she doesn't get this Oscar, I don't know what can I even say. So yeah, Dwayne Joy Randolph for the win. Next up, we have Best Supporting Actor. It's Robert Downey Jr. It's quite obvious. The way he described the character Louis Strauss from a very one-dimensional to a character that was completely fleshed out was just astonishing to look at. He truly deserves it. Give it to him. Next up, we have Best Actress. Now, I do feel there's a little bit of competition between Lily Gladstone and Emma Stone because Lily Gladstone gives out a understated performance that is not seen on screen, but you do feel it inside of you. While Emma Stone gives out a very outward performance as Bella Baxter. Both are fantastic in their films, but Lily Gladstone clearly has the edge in regards of how she portrayed the character and how she showed the emotions just through her eyes. So yeah, Lily Gladstone truly deserves this Best Actress Oscar. Next up, we have Best Actor. Cillian Murphy. There's no competition whatsoever. To a certain degree, I would say Paul Giamatti also gives out a very honest performance, but if Cillian Murphy was on a 100 level, Paul Giamatti is on a 95. Both great, but Cillian Murphy was better, at least in my opinion. So yeah, give Cillian Murphy the Best Actor award. And finally, Best Picture, the creme de la creme of this entire Oscar. It's Oppenheimer. Just the fact that an R-rated 3-hour white dude stalking film was able to gross $1 billion or close to $1 billion should be enough evidence that this movie was truly the movie of 2023. Though it does share the title with Barbie, but come on, Oppenheimer is all we are talking about even to this month. So yeah, Oppenheimer truly deserves the Best Picture and give it to it. Otherwise, I will have no words. So yeah, those were my picks for Oscar 24. Do give out your thoughts on what you think and who you think will win. And see you guys in the next one.